Hey friends, welcome back to Homestead in a Box. My name is Leah and I'm super grateful to have you here today. If you're new here, make sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified every Tuesday and Friday whenever we release new content. If you're not new here, welcome back to another day. I'm super excited that y'all are here. I'm super excited for today. The weather is supposed to be like 80 degrees here in southeastern Oklahoma. I am very well aware it is just a tease for what is to come because I've got, lower temps coming next week. It's like a fake spring. But spring is really right around the corner, and for me, that means like I should have done 20 things already and should have all of what I'm doing today done, but I don't because that's real life. And so today I'm taking advantage of this awesome weather and I'm going to finish my raised garden bed spot, and I'm going to clear out the spot where I'm going to be putting all of my feed sacks that I'm growing my carrots, cabbage, and my onions in. And I'm hoping to get my onions planted today before the sun goes down. So I figure I take you guys along with me just to kind of see what it's like in my world on a day whenever I'm working outside. And all of our guests back here, I'm sure they're bound to give us some entertainment. So let's go get to work so I can get the things that I should have had done last week done today. Okay, so in a previous video, I showed this bed, this raised bed here. I've put some gravel around it just to maintain the rocks and to help with the water flow. And I have started another bed. I came 4 foot over and started a wider bed. It's about 4 foot wide and it's gonna run about 20 foot long, 16 or 20. And as you see down here, there's a patch of grass here that is here intentionally. I left for a reason. I did not put the pigs here for a reason. And then down here, you can kind of see where the pigs have cleared out the land, some of the land, and you can see where there was a burn pile. So I've got to go through, pick up some trash. This here is on the other side. I already have some raised beds here. That's some garlic I'm growing. And those 2 beds over there I grew in this winter, and this bed I just did. And again, you can see I'm spreading gravel, good old shovel and wheelbarrow. And here I'm actually going to make a pretty big above ground garden. I guess you could technically call it a raised bed garden. I'm just not bordering it like one. I will be mounding up native soil, compost, things like that. And I'm going to be going into the ground when I plant them and mulching real well here. That way grass doesn't grow. And like I said, it's a trial and error. I do have backup places I will be growing tomatoes in. I have fabric pots I'm going to be growing some in. I have some big 55-gallon plastic containers, and I'm going to be having a raised bed with some tomatoes. So if those do not do good, I do have backup for them. All right, out of the sun a little bit. So as you see, I do have to finish that second raised bed, and how I do that is I just hop in the truck and I drive around the property and I collect rocks out of just random places. I see rocks that I like and I think will work good for our garden bed, and I grab it and I put it in the back of the truck. So I'm gonna go collect some rocks. This is some of the area that the pigs have been, and they help me dig up rocks. And I come through and I will get the big ones out, and eventually we'll get all of them out. And then we'll reseed this with grass. You comfy? Look at her. You comfy? For the record, they play like this. They'll play tag around the pen. But right now, the girls are getting themselves a mud pit because they've knocked their water over 3 times to make one over here by their water. So I just said, whatever. You guys are warm and hot out here. We're going to give you a pool. Will I regret this later? Probably. But in the meantime, I think it's great. Y'all think it's great? You guys are so... Been pretty busy today. I just about have this whole entire raised bed completely outlined with gravel all the way down it until right here at the end. So at this point I need to go and clean out the chicken brooder, and so I figure I'd show you guys the chickens. We got them back in here. They got a fresh bed, fresh food, fresh water, and they will be tuckered out. It's kind of like giving a baby a bath. Every time I clean their brooder, like for the rest of the night, they'll just be super chill. I'm going to be planting some onions, and I've just kind of raked up the rocks and branches here to try to make somewhat of a retaining wall. We're going to see how it works. And then I just took my hoe and kind of leveled out a spot here where I put my bags, and now we're going to plant some onions. All right, so I have these bags here, and we are going to plant some onion sets. I purchased these just from Walmart, and I'm going to give it a shot growing it in these feed sacks, and we're going to see how it goes. I'm not going to plant all of them. I'm just going to kind of, it's an assortment of them is what it is, and it's 100 bulbs, and I don't need 100 onions, so I am going to just kind of, you can tell by the colors, like obviously you have your red onion, your white onion, your yellow onion. So I cook with all of them, so I'm just going to kind of pick some random ones and get them planted. And when you plant them, you want to plant them and you want to plant them bulb up about an inch in the ground. And then in these feed sacks, I'm just going to be putting 4 in here, and I am going to plant the same ones in each. And then just kind of, you want to plant, this one already has a root growth, or a root growth. And I'm probably going to do 5 actually in each, so I'm going to stick one right here in the middle. Uh-oh. And in these sacks, I've just used native soil, and I put some rabbit manure and then topped it off with a couple inches of compost. If you watch any of my videos, you know Reba, oh, there she is. She follows me everywhere. So she's over here helping me plant. I've never planted onions, so this is the first time for everything. So we're gonna see how this goes. I am gonna take some leaves, and I'm gonna top the tops of them with, because I know I have some rain coming over the next few days, and just to use the leaves as just a mulch for it. All right, friends, thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me today. It's always a good day to have you guys here. This is the life, a day in the life of just trying to get our garden beds ready and getting some onions planted. So crossing my fingers that I get onions. I don't see why I wouldn't, but I'm crossing my fingers it works in the feed sacks. I hope y'all have a great day. I'm always sending you good vibes. Send some good vibes to somebody that you might know, and I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully I'll have this area complete by then.